This is like take 5, maybe 6. I don't even know. I might put a little like collage of bloopers together to put this on. So I've sat and I wrote down so much things about what I want to speak about today, because the topic that I picked was turning your TV off. And I never used to turn my TV off. My TV used to be on constantly, whether it's just background noise, whether there was even anybody sitting in the living room to watch it. It was on all the time. Pretty much in the morning, it was on before I went to work, it was on straight after work, it was on pretty much right up until bedtime. I don't put my TV on as much as I used to now. And you know what? I'm so glad I don't. I don't depend on it. The kids, yes, they get bored, but quite often they actually ask for it to be left off. Like if Tyler's sitting playing Lego and I'll say, oh, I just want the telly on, he'll be like, no, because I'll just get distracted, mum. And it's true. Do you ever, like I do this a lot, especially if Miraculous is on. I love Miraculous. It's amazing. So you're cleaning in the kitchen, or you're on a roll and you're getting your tidying done, or you're getting stuff ready for school tomorrow, or you're just doing something that you want to. I know not everybody's got kids, so it might not be kids related, right? And you come into the telly. Yeah, you come into the telly. You come into the living room or wherever your TV is, and there's something on the TV. And you stop. You stop, you stand, and you're like, ooh, I like this. I'm so. And then time passes and time passes and time passes. And what happens to me quite often is Tony will come through and he'll be like, you watching TV? I'm like, no, no, no. I wasn't stopping. I'm still doing what I was going to do. And I'm like, crap, I have just literally sat and spent 10 minutes hooked on this TV, which is either Miraculous or Little Lunch, because quite often it's stuff that's on for the kids, like it's a cartoon that's on. And I'm not going to lie, I like putting the TV on because it gives me a little bit of peace and a little bit of quiet, because the kids will settle and they'll sit and watch it. It's not always the best, I know that, and this is why the telly's not on that often in my house, but it is so distracting. It is so distracting to your life. It is so distracting to things that you want to get done for yourself. And you know what? There's so much reasons for it. For instance, do you know, I only actually just read this. I've literally done about 5 videos, and they haven't felt like me, because I've been like, right, I'm going to do it this way. And now I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I'm going to apologise. But do you know that one of the reasons why we are attracted to the TV is because when we were hunter-gatherers, we were obviously keeping an eye out at the side of our eyes or whatever for predators. So when we're out hunting, we've got to keep an eye out for predators. If something moves, our brain's going to focus on that movement. Our bodies are going to relax or tense up depending on what's happening, but our brains are going to focus, and they're going to stay focused right there. Someone's calling me. They can get declined. Oh, this should be a blooper. I don't even know what I'm saying. These are definitely, these need to get better. These will get better. But yeah, so this still happens, because in this day and age, although we are no longer hunter-gatherers, we don't need to be on the lookout for lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, like we don't. We've still got this inbuilt in our brains. This part of our brain is still there, and it's still triggered by movement. It's still triggered by so many different things. And another thing is, our brains are lazy. They're so lazy. They will quite happily sit and do nothing and not have to work and not have to, I don't know, problem solve or come up for a reason why you shouldn't do this or you should do this, or I don't know, if there's anything that's going on in your life. Like if your brain can get away with not working on it, if you can get away with not working on it, you will. Like you will try and you will. Like you'll avoid it. You'll avoid it, or you'll put it off. You'll completely just ignore it, and these things don't go away. Like whether it's the dishes, whether it's the laundry, whether it's something more important than that, whether it's something more urgent than that, these things won't get better unless you do something about it. TV steals this time for us to go and try and do something about it. And I completely and utterly believe that you turn your TV off every so often. It doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be chuck out all your TVs. TVs are bad. They're not bad. They're amazing. They give us the opportunity to watch so much things, to learn about different cultures, to see the world in different places just from your sofa. Like, I'm not saying that TVs are bad, they're not, but you need to be in control of how much TV you're watching, because if you're not, it will take over your life. Instinct, you've got the instinct there. It will come, it'll steal you. It can. It's easy. Nowadays, you can literally watch anything on YouTube or on Netflix. Like, you don't need to wait a week for your next episode. You can sit and binge watch all of these. You need to be careful about this, because if you're sitting binge watching stuff for 4 or 5 hours in a day or a night or a weekend, don't get me wrong, now and again, a whole day of TV, on you go. But if this is regular, it's not good for you. It's not good for you. It's not good for your life. It's not good for your loved ones. Like, it's just not good for you. There's so much choice out there as well that it's ridiculous. There's always going to be something that you can't watch. There's always going to be something that you want to watch. Turn it off, because see, if you turn it off, there's less opportunity that something's going to come on that you're going to sit and watch. If you find something that you really want to watch, you're going to make time for this to watch it. You're going to make time to sit down and watch this, and you're actually going to watch it. You might be able to watch it with a friend, by yourself, a little bit of peace, love a bit of TV when it's quiet, things like that. But it's going to steal your time if you let it. And you know what? We don't get any more time than what's given. Every day has 24 hours, whether we use that 24 hours or not. Use it or lose it, baby. Use it. Like, don't sit and watch TV for a lot of that 24 hours. Whether you're exhausted, if you sit and watch TV when you're exhausted, you're going to feel worse. You're not going to feel great afterwards. You're not going to feel ready to take on the world afterwards. You need to get up and do something. And if you are really, really tired and you just want to sit and watch telly, go and do something first, because then at least that way you've done something. Also, I've got notes. I've got notes written down. I'm quite proud I've got notes. Right, so brain power. I don't know if anybody knew. You probably did. I'm not the only person that's going to know this. But see, when you're watching TV, quite a lot of your brain's going to turn off. It's not needed. It's not needed. It's not. It doesn't need to. It just can go to sleep. Like, and that's going to weaken. Like, that's going to weaken things like memory. It's going to weaken things like, I don't know, how you deal with your emotions. I don't know if that's true, but it's going to weaken your brain. And your brain is amazing. Like, your thoughts hold everything. If you're going to watch too much TV and it's going to weaken your brain, like, surely that's enough for you just to turn it off every so often. Even for your kids. I know that's a bit of a guilt trip. I'm really sorry if that's a bit of your guilt trip, but you're letting your kids' brain weaken just by having on that TV to keep them occupied, to keep them happy. It's not going to keep them happy. It's going to keep their emotional amygdala, I don't know, your chimp, like your emotional part of your brain, happy, because it doesn't want to do anything. But it's not going to make it strong. It's not going to make it resilient. It's not going to make it determined. It's not going to make it like get up and go for what it wants to do. It's going to want to avoid things. Like, you're putting on the telly, you're going to avoid things because it helps you avoid things. But does it make them disappear? No, it's never going to make anything disappear unless you watch something. If you watch something and it's informative, if you watch something that's informative and you need to learn about these things, that's good. Like, but make time for that when you're not exhausted and you're ready to watch it. I've got a peer orientation thing. It's like an hour and 40 minutes long that's sitting in my watch later videos on YouTube, and I'm going to watch it when I have time. Connection is another thing. Like, how much times do you sit with your partner or your kids and you watch the telly? That's not connection. That's you all zoning out together. Turn it off. I turned it off the other day. We didn't put on the telly last night. I think it was last night. We didn't put on the telly last night because it was so close to bedtime. And I just thought, you know what? We're not putting on the TV because we all get sucked into it. Even me, when I'm meant to be studying, I'll be sitting watching the telly instead of having my head down or listening to it. And I won't be taking anything in. And I just thought, no, we're not. And we were literally like, it was like 10, 15 minutes and we spoke about so much things. And I got to hear about stories about the kids' school. I got to hear, like, they started speaking about death and smoking and a little bit morbid. I don't know why they started speaking about this. But we went up to bed and it was so much smoother. Libby always asks, Mum, can I get lifted? And she didn't. She popped because she was ready for it. She was ready, she was happy, she didn't feel sluggish. How much times do you watch telly and then you just feel like a dead weight? Or you'll sit and snack. Like, turn it off. Not all the time. Not every day. Not for weeks on end. But turn it off in the morning. If your mornings are hectic, turn it off. Yes, the kids are going to moan. They're going to moan. They're going to be bored. There's nothing to do. There is. And you know what? In a couple of days, they are going to find these things to do. I've just noticed I'm at 10 minutes. And I've just babbled. But yeah, just turn it off. Another thing, just quickly to note, this popped up the other day. Actually, Tony told me it because he'd read it. So Lamborghini. How much adverts do you guys see of Lamborghini on the telly? I don't think I've seen any. And this was in an interview somewhere. I don't know where, I don't know how, but it came about. This was in an interview somewhere. They don't do TV adverts because people who watch TV don't buy Lamborghinis. They're busy making money or doing something that they're going to get to a place where they're going to be able to buy Lamborghinis. Tyler wants a Lamborghini. Libby wants a pink one. I believe if they want to, they will bloody well get one. And yes, I will get a run in these Lamborghinis because I'm their mama. So turn it off. You want a Lamborghini? Turn the TV off. Another thing, I know that anybody who watches this to the end, thank you so much if you watch it right to the end, because I've literally babbled this whole time, but it's me, this is me. Knowledge is amazing, and the fact that you know that TV is not great for you, that's amazing. But if you're not going to do anything about it, what's the point in knowing it? There's no knowledge. There was a thing, it's like knowledge is power. Jim Quick, who's like a brain coach, he's a brain coach, and he's like the world's best brain coach or something like this. And he says, knowledge is power, but not by itself. Knowledge and action is power. You've got to do something about it. So get up, turn your telly off, deal with the morning, and see the changes arise. I shall see you later. Bye.